Alright, guys. We're back. I'm going to be playing some Soul Cal. Give me one sec. We're going to play some Soul Cal. Um, we're going to go over
Soul
some basic
Calibur
things.
6.
I just want to turn off the lights here. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over a basic tutorial of the game, right? So, super basic stuff. Just so if you're new and you really want to learn and you're like, yo, I want a game that's totally different, I'm going to show you. So I'm just going to go update my stream. Let us stream. There we go. Okay. Don't have any viewers right now, but that's okay. So, we got that updated. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and we're going to record this too, so if you guys ever want to watch this later down the road, go to, yeah, we're going to,
Welcome to the stage of history.
you guys can
retold.
keep using this as just like a good tip, right? So I'm going to go over just a handful. It really doesn't matter what character you decide you want to main. My recommendations for, okay, this music needs to shut up. I'll do it in the game. I think you can, actually, I don't need this sound because I want you guys to hear me, and the music is, my ear. My bad, sorry. My eyes. Whoops. Okay, it sounds awfully quiet, but this is my personal recommendations. I've clocked over 800 hours in this game, so I like to believe I have a somewhat idea of what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say I'm super qualified because I've never done tournaments, but if you don't want to do tournament, right, and you just want to learn the game and you want to have fun, you also want to like beat your friend's ass every once in a while, I'm your guy that you can learn from. Xianghua is very noob friendly. Grow is a very noob friendly character. Sophitia is a very noob friendly character. Who else is somewhat noob friendly? I kind of feel like those are, and Mitsurugi. I'm going to say Mitsurugi. So Mitsurugi, Xianghua, Sophitia, and Grow. These are 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like these 4 are very, very noob friendly and will teach you some of the very basics of the game. I'm going to play Mitsurugi. I actually, know I'm going to play Sophitia. I might as well play a character I somewhat like. I like Grow and Sophitia. Those are like the two I actually prefer. We'll go over stages with walls and stages with ring outs. But for now, I'm going to do the Grand Labyrinth. This is a stage they added way later in the game as like a training area where you could just train and learn your combos without getting wrung out, because a lot of people were like, bro, I'm getting really tired of getting wrung out. Can I just get a damn stage that doesn't have that? And so they were like, okay, fine. So the first thing you're going to want to learn is and know is this system, the 8-way run system. It's a very unique system. As you see, it's a camera system that allows you to move around your opponent. And some of the this is important because there are moves that you don't necessarily need to guard. So in this game does have dedicated guard, right? So on Xbox, PlayStation, X, or I believe it's A for Xbox, if I remember correctly. I think A is where the X would be. Yeah, it should be A. It's ABXY for Xbox. So X, that's your dedicated guard. And then your movement, you're going to want to learn movement. So knowing what you can back away from, when you can go in, dodging, and I'll show you an example. One thing I like about this system over other fighting with their training is you can tell the dummy to do specific moves. So you can have, and yes, a lot of fighters do this, but you can actually have it select a move, or you can input a move, which is really cool. So we're just going to have Gro do some basic, oops, that's not the right one. We're going to have Gro do some basic horizontal attacks. So, not horizontal, this is a vertical attack. As you can see, if I back up, I can evade it. I'm not hit, right? So I got hit there. So knowing your distance is definitely one thing. So there's your guard, right? Learning that is going to be key. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to have to train just like an actual swords person. So you can back up and dodge this and avoid getting hit, right? Block. Block. Or you can sidestep. It doesn't matter what my opponent does. It doesn't matter how close I am. As long as I'm consistently moving, you cannot hit me with your vertical attacks, right? Or you could block. If you want to block, you can block. Learn this. Learn this like the back of your hand. This is going to save your butt more than you realize. Sidestepping and giving yourself an opening can lead to combos like this. So, grab, counter. See how quick that was? Block, learning guard impacts. There's a lot you can do for counters. Some of the easiest punishes when you successfully evade is a grab though. And as you see, it does more damage. Notice how that doesn't do as much damage as this, right? So grabs, specific grabs are considered counters. So that's considered a counter grab when you do that grab. So that's not a counter. Even I fuck up, right? Not a counter, but the game will let you know if it's a counter. So it's considered a counter, I believe, when it's in the middle of an animation. Or at least it should. But regardless, that's still a counter, right? So that's just a good counter. You can do a grab. You can also do guard impacts. Because guard impacts are tricky because you have to press the guard button and the directional button towards your opponent at the same time, right? That's how you GI, same time. So practicing that is also going to help you. So when you see them swing, boom, right there. Boom, right there. He swings, I go for it. That is something you are going to have to practice. If you can train your eyes and your brain to consistently spot this, you will be good. If you fuck up, that's okay. That's part of the learning process. You're gonna mess up. Don't give up, you know? Kind of go, and as you see, if you guard too much, you can get guard broken. So try not to rely too much on your guard, but use it when you need it, right? You need to know offense and defense in this game. Also, if you want to counter, you can do this. Use your critical. So, a good quarter of that game, or a good quarter of this game, is just knowing what you can dodge and what you cannot. So, we'll move on to horizontal attacks now. And I really wish Bandai would change this. I think AABB is terrible. I think it needs to be vertical, so V for vertical, H for horizontal. But just remember, A is horizontal, B is vertical. So now we're going to have Gro do a traditional horizontal attack, which is your square button, no other input. Notice, I can't dodge this. Doesn't matter what I do, right? I am hit. I cannot 8-way run this. But I can block, and I can load, I can duck and not be hit. So you do have options. You also have guard impact. Horizontals are a little harder to GI, but they are guard impactable. So just remember when I say GI, it means guard impact. That is the official term for this game. But if you can learn this and pay attention to when your opponent is moving, you can really destroy people. Oh, I just hit him in the nuts. Nutchuck. But that is a counter. This is also a counter. This is technically also a counter. Your reversal edge. I would not heavily rely on reversal edge. Reason being, yes, it gives you meter. What? Oh, right, I have to do a kick. Now he'll, yeah. Man, I suck. There we go. Again. 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 You gotta keep doing this. This is how I train and how I got really good. And I'll tell you why you don't want to rely too much on reversal edge. One of the big reasons why reversal edges are you can dodge them. You can also do your lethal hit and easily counter them. Whoops, I fucked up. You can also guard, but I usually do that, so your break attacks are L1, or I believe also YX, so either way, L1, YX. But that's one of the big reasons why I don't, and it's really obvious when someone uses it, so it's very easy to punish. So, again, this is one of the big reasons why you need to learn your 8-way run. There is a lot of moves that can be countered with just moving out of the way. I do grab a lot, but you could also counter with your break attacks, right? Because it doesn't matter what he does. I can constantly break through him. So, reversal edge is good if you're being combo heavied, and you do have specific times when you can and can't use it. So we'll have Gro do a regular horizontal attack. Like, I can't just willy-nilly, right? See, I can't just let it go whenever. So he'll hit me out of it. So when he's going for a move, I do have negative frames. So you have to know when to use it. Like, see, when he's done with the animation, then I can use it. But you do go in a standoff, so it's not always guaranteed. So me personally, I would tell you to avoid standoffs as often as you can. And you can learn a lot by watching professionals play. So that's the new mechanic, the reversal edge mechanic. It is a good mechanic, and my personal opinion, I think it was really put in there for people who are new to get some breathing room, you know. It's not a bad mechanic, but personally, once you get really good at learning the patterns and how to stop moves, it's kind of comes redundant. So these are low hits in every game. You can just stay out of his range, right? Like, low hits have very minimal range, but let's say you're up close, you're gonna have to do a low guard to block that. And no, break attacks do not stop the low hit. But your kicks are generally a lot quicker, so speed will play a role in this. So when it comes to low hits, most people don't really do low hits, but in my experience, just knowing when to guarding those low hits is really the only way you're going to counter that. Yeah, you can just stay out of the range, because obviously he can't hit me, right? Because he's got very minimal range, so that's really low hits. Just guard low, that's the counter. That's all you can really do against those. Now we're going to do low vertical hits. You can sidestep these. Anything vertical, doesn't matter if it's low or high. You can sidestep it. But it seems like, in training, he's got slight tracking. See how he tracks? He misses, he tracks. Misses, he tracks. So just be wary of that low hit. Do this a lot. Boom! Do a guard impact, you know? Get yourself used to the rhythm of the fight. Because if you start training yourself... Ooh, see how he's fucking me now? Oh, that's okay. That's why we're here. Training. Ah, see, I'm thinking so it's like a medium. Right when he swings. Swings. So that's his rhythm. He swings. You see that swing? So it's a quick attack.
Surely not. Surely not.
So that first hit is a trap. So you just gotta remember, block. Oh, I fucked up. Block, dodge, block, dodge, block, dodge, GI, dodge, GI, I fucked up, dodge, GI, dodge, GI, so that second hit is always a trap, as you can see, right? Dodge, GI, dodge, go for a counter. There's a lot you can do. So there are counters every move, but obviously real battle is going to be a lot quicker than this, and you're not always going to be on your feet, right? But at least if you start recognizing those patterns, your brain's going to be like, oh, I know what to do. You know, you're going to start seeing what can counter what and what can do. Kicks are probably the most useful, but also useless move. And I'll tell you why. They are very quick. I can't even get a horizontal off, not even a vertical. Kicks are fast. So kicks are really good if you want to get in there. Now, mind you, distance, right? So since I'm far away from Grow, he's not hitting me as consistently. But see how close I am? He hits me way more. I still get my combo off, but he's hitting me way more. Meaning, look, his move is definitely more effective than my horizontal and verticals. So I usually use kicks as a combo starter, a combo go-getter. So I'll show you what I mean by that. For example, let's have him stand. Please stand. Thank you. That's a good combo right there. If you do, I believe it's Y triangle, triangle, square, circle, or YXB, it's gonna be this combo. Boom. That's a good combo to do with Sophitia. YXB. 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 Oh, I fucked up. YXB. You gotta time it. So once you see her do her sword, so it's shield, sword, kick. Shield, sword, kick. So once you see the sword hit, you do the kick button, which is your B, and that's your combo. So, those are your basics, right? You want to learn those basics, learn them like the back of your hand, because those, let's just do basic attacks, and we're gonna have Grow be a normal bot. I'm literally doing basic stuff here, right? Move around, kind of get an idea of what Grow's doing. I counted that. Boom. That's just down Y. That move is just down Y with Sophitia. Sophitia is a very easy character. She is very friendly to someone who's new to this game. Now, your range is going to be limited on what kind of weapon you have. So Sophitia is considered a close to, I would say, slightly mid-range. Because she has some options, but not a ton. She's more sword and shield, right? See how I did that, GI? Boom. Boom! Combo. So, this is all basic stuff. I'm not doing any combos. Well, I mean, you could argue that some of the basics are combos. I just did a counter there with his reversal edge. This is where you're going to be. And he's too easy for me, but I'm just giving you an idea. Constantly move. Constantly be moving. Move around. If your opponent is horizontal, guard. Right? If they're constantly countering your runs, then let's put him on hard. Let's see if he starts countering. See how he's countering my runs now? He's not letting me move. He's not letting me move around him. Okay, I'm just gonna start doing. Oh, he just GI'd me, so he's gonna get that free hit because GIs are pretty much a free hit. See how I just did that duck? If you learn this stuff, you will get really good at just countering your opponent. And that's what really makes this game shine, is the flow of the fight. Boom. Oh, I didn't have enough time, so now I do a standoff. I don't care for standoffs. Personally, that's where I feel like it takes away from the fight. Oh, he got me. I hesitated. Do not hesitate. If you hesitate, you will lose. Commit and just, if you, oh fuck, see, I hesitated. Every time I hesitate, I'm freaking getting my butt clapped. Do not hesitate. Oh, he broke my guard. He hit me. He could have used a GI, but that's fine. Or like an ult. Okay, use a GI, and he capitalized. Now I'm gonna go for a grab. You see my grab. I was able to block in time and counter that critical, that reversal edge. So that's just kind of what you gotta do. Go, do a standard mode. See how you feel on standard. Oh, he got me. It's really hard to get GIs off when on a normal or regular bot. But Grow does have the slight advantage when it comes to range. Grow, I would say, is a mid-range fighter for sure. So Petia is more up close. Okay, I'll do circle for kick. Nope, I got screwed. Okay, I'm being overwhelmed. I'm going to use my soul charge. This is when soul charge is very useful. Oh, don't do what I do. See how I hesitate and I get punished for it. And I know there are some specific... Sophia definitely is a close range fighter. But if you can keep the pressure on... Okay, he broke. That's an instant hit. But it's just this constant back forth, and I like the flow of the battle, you know? But I would say Sophia, that is basics for Sophia. Some of her shield moves, like what I'm doing. Okay, that was her unblockable. Do that and go down Y. It's not guaranteed, but oh, he just GI'd me back. Oh, brutal. That was good. But it's things like this you need to learn quick. But you know, it's better to learn in training than learn when someone's brutally beating your butt. Right? So that's just it for Sophia. That's her basics. Some of her base combos, I'm just gonna switch Grow to like standing. Just do triangle circle. That is her like BK, I guess is what that is, right? You go down BK, you get that one. Back BK, you get her unblockable. Only use that if you see an opening, like you break their guard. You have enough time to use an unblockable. That is a good chunk of damage, as you can see. And then forward BK or forward YB or forward triangle circle is another way. Those are some decent moves. I wouldn't say lean on those, but they are good moves, right? So neutral triangle circle or neutral YB does that, but you have to make sure that you have a way in. Also, if you're doing moving around, if you go right, if let's say Y or triangle down Y lets you do that. So Y down triangle, but you have to get it in the middle of a combo. Sometimes people won't move. You know, you just kind of have to take Sophia in and see what works for you and what doesn't. So this combo is really good if you can sidestep a vertical, yeah. So triangle, square, circle, or YXB. That's a really good combo to get some damage in, and it's a good punisher. A lot of Sophia players will use that. So if they sidestep you, boom, they're gonna probably most likely do that as a good punish. It's a good quick punish, and also puts you in positive because you're on the ground, so you have positive frames. So you can react, you can do it into combo. So you could. I think she has a low grab, doesn't she? I don't remember. So she has a low grab. It's been a while, but anyways, I'm just gonna do some basics with you. So if you want to play Sophia, Sophia's got a lot of good moves in her kit. That she's kind of a jack of all trades but master of none, in my opinion. I think she can do a lot of everything really well. She just doesn't have a ton of range, but she does have a lot of fluidity and counter-based moves. So if you can keep your opponent pinned to the wall, she's really good because she has a lot of ducks, like natural ducks. So like that is a natural duck, and that will actually go. I think that'll go past horizontal if you're ducking. So if you can learn when to time your aggression and time your moves, so even just doing that and then going down, she kind of makes me think of a boxer. Go down and you can get past a lot of highs. She has ways of getting in, but it's naturally in her moveset. So you have to really know her moveset to utilize Sophitia properly. If you don't know her moveset, you're going to have a hard time. So I don't really main Sophitia, so that's why I suck with her. The other character that I think is really new friendly is Mitsurugi. Mitsurugi has always been very new friendly though, to be fair. So Mitsurugi's got those are his horizontal, that's his vertical. He does have two different stances, so I think it's back, it's back YB or back triangle circle. You do that into that, so that was back YB or back triangle circle, square, triangle, or XY. So that's a good move because your opponent's going to think, oh, he's not guarded. Psych, gotcha, right? You do a horizontal and a vertical. So you have punish, punish. They try and dodge you, you punish. Or you do this, you just keep hitting them. That's a break attack, twice. Smack, smack, break attack. And you go back if you do square, square, or XX. Boom. So it just lets you, it gives you freedom. So, boom, boom, that puts you back in a regular stance.
Your time is over. Die.
And then you do have the triangle, or YYY. That's a really good move. Mitsurugi also has some, like, that's a pretty good mid-range move. That's why I say he's mid-range to close. Like that, a lot. Sophitia couldn't do that in her sleep if she wanted to. That's a really good range. I mean, let's look. I'm right here, right? I hit. So, I was right here. Okay, so that's my range, about right here. About right here. Oh, my bad. Right here. Right? Can I go further, or is it no? Nope. Okay, so yeah, that's my range. That's still good. In this game, that's great range. Like, oh, right there. That's like that's like what? Right there is my range. One. Probably 2 steps. 1, 2. Alright. 1, 2. Yeah, I'm gonna just take it 2. Let me try again. 1, 2. It's hard to read that one. 1 step? Is it just 1? 1? Let's just 1, 2. I don't think that's it. Just the fact that you can do that at that range is pretty good. Yeah, I would still argue Mitsurugi definitely has more options up close, but the fact that you've got some mid-range options is really nice. So back wide, that's a good poke. I use that a lot if I'm in the up close. I generally will do my verticals up close and kills. So I'll show you what I mean. Let's have grow. Right? The picks are quicker. I don't want to abuse it too much. Sometimes I do abuse it a little too much. If your opponent's guarding, go for a grab. See how he's guarding? I'm just going to keep countering it with my guards. If you like Samurai, Mitsurugi's for you. He's got a good kick. So that's what. So I did triangle. No, square. Triangle. Boom, boom, boom. That goes for a stab into his. And I don't know. I call that enraged stance. I don't know what that is. But there are specific moves that are available to you with Mitsurugi when you do get in that stance. I don't know them. That's more advanced. Like I said, I'm just teaching you the basics. And I'm going to punish him with my critical. Boom! So that's really the name of the game. Knowing what you can do with your kit and what you cannot do. Knowing your range is definitely oh, he's going to hit me because he's right there. So knowing your kit and your range, I always like doing that to counter anyone that might be trying to 8-way run me. So just knowing what you can and cannot do are really good. Mitsurugi does have some openings in his moveset, so just be careful. You're not like blocking that, it's gonna hit. Yeah. If you didn't block, it wouldn't have hit. But he hit. Boom. So just the fact you have quick break attacks to stop those pesky spams is really good. See what I mean? Look how quick it is. It's so fast. It's not unstoppable, because the closer you are to Mitsuru, the less effective that move is. But I just know basics with the Mitsurugi, and I'm able to dominate one. You know. Oh. And he might be saying, oh, well, that's not really impressive, Birdie. You're just going up against a normal bot. Fine. Let's go up against very hard. Oh. That's okay. We're gonna hit him, punish him with the crit. See what I mean? Knowing just the basics of this game, you can do a lot. You don't need flashy combos. That's what makes this game really unique. Use your break attacks. They are so useful. And this is a very hard bot, and I think I'm doing pretty darn good. Very hard bots are nothing to scoff at. And this is also a character I don't really main. It's about recognizing the flow of the battle. Oh, he's gonna GI that. I didn't think he was gonna. Yeah. It's the flow of the battle. That's what makes this game really, in my opinion, shine. Sure, you can do combos. I'm not saying don't learn the combos, but this gives you a foundation. That's what I'm saying. Learn the foundation, because if all else fails, if you know the basics, you can win. It's not about flashy combos. You can do the combos. The game rewards you for combos, right? That's one of the reasons why I hate reversal edge. It's too easily abused by bots. And I said this in one of my videos. I really want them to rework the reversal edge system or get rid of it entirely. I think just reworking it is really the route they should go. Because I'm really tired of bots spamming reversal edge and getting rewarded for it. You should not be rewarded for using reversal edge. He has 2 meter and I don't. I have nothing and I'm not abusing it. Like, that's one thing I hate about this. That's the only thing I hate. If you're okay with, and I think that's probably another one of the reasons. Oh my God, would you quit using that same move? Nah, I'm just getting my butt kicked. Yeah. But I don't really know Mitsuru. But you see, that's the flow of the fight. Every character is going to have strengths and weaknesses and advantages and disadvantages. Bro is really quick. He actually has a lot of mobility for his style, and he can switch from the sword to the dual swords really quickly. Mitsurugi has a really firm stance and really solid moves. So when you get someone in his combos, it's really brutal. Like, I think they did a really good job at making Mitsurugi like a samurai, but also not like completely over the top, insanely broken. But if you can get them in that loop, that's where Mitsurugi shines. I don't really care for Mits, but also his mix-up game is really good too. Don't do that. Do not get caught in that trap. Ah! So as you can see, I'm just doing the basics and I'm winning. See, he was smart move for the hard bot. He was gonna go for a GI on my basic move, but he wasn't able to. Nice, that was good dodge. So I'm gonna start using my vertical attack, horizontals. I mean, stop his 8-way running because he's trying to dodge my moves. Ah! And I thought he was gonna use that ult. But yeah, I do think they have a great foundation for Soul Cal. But I don't really play Mitsuru. So just but hopefully you're seeing this. You know, just doing the basics, you're able to go toe to toe with the bots. And the bots, yeah, they're not real people, but again, I'm assuming you're not trying to be competitive. You're just trying to show off, or like, well, I wouldn't say show off. That's a little rude. You're just trying to like, you know, play a game that's like casual but still rewarding for you learning a character, but also doesn't require you to stay logged on forever. I'm gonna do Zhonghua next. So she's another beginner friendly. I would consider is, I would say. I still think out of all the characters, Mitsurugi and Keelik are probably the two that I feel are mid-range. Zhonghua can probably get away with mid-range, considering some of her moves. The reason why I think Zhonghua is a very beginner-friendly character is she has a lot of mix-up of similar combos, a lot of auto-GIs in her moves, so it's really easy to get in there and stay in there. The character pretty much does all the heavy lifting for you. Personally, I don't like that. I like being able to learn the GIs. Even having, I wish you could time that or hit a button to do the GI, and it just didn't do that. That's not how Zhonghua is. So Zhonghua, and again, opinion speculation here is just based off of my experience with the game. Zhonghua is really good at high, mid, lows, constantly in her kit. Look at this. So this is just her... That's just her YYY, or BBB in this case for the game. So just verticals. Here's her low verticals. I'm just going to move around and do verticals. So that's a good move. Like, with that kick, that one, you're kind of like, what's that going to be, you know? Just, that can throw an opponent off that's not aware, because you might think that's mid or low. That's considered a high, I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's mid, okay. So that's a mid. Some people might think that's low or high. But Zhonghua has a lot of really unique kicks. And every character has kicks, but you know, every kick is going to be a little different. Some characters can combo kicks a little more easily than others, where others can't, right? But every character has access to the kicks. So just a good rule of thumb. But Zhonghua is one of those characters that a lot of her moves are really simple. So left, right, Y, left, right, Y, right? Just wiggling the stick left, right will give you a lot of her vertical moves. And to me, it's easier to see in a fight. Like, I'm gonna just do normal. Like, Zhonghua has a lot of... I don't know if, like, they coded her to have a lot of recovery time, but to me, she's got a lot of recovery time in her kit. And, like, there's just so many ways you can mix her up. So, to me, that's where she shines in being, like, really friendly. But every noob character kind of has that in their kit of, oh, I'm going to go in with a vertical and then combo into a horizontal, or I'm going to go in with a horizontal and combo with a vertical, right? And then I also have, like, openings to guarding patterns, which is really nice. It gives you a little more freedom. You know, if you're an advanced player, you're not really worried about the timing because you already have that down, right? So these characters are just a little more forgiving when it comes to timing and when you can't do things, but they still have openings. Right, like pressing YB or triangle circle is kind of a risk for Zhonghua because, you know, you can sit and be all fancy all you want, but, you know, I still think Zhonghua is noob friendly. A lot of my friends say no, and I say, well, yes, she is, because you don't really need to learn a whole lot to play her well. You still need to learn. Like, if you want to master Zhonghua, yeah, you're gonna need to do some work, right? But there's a big reason why a lot of people don't play Zhonghua, Keelik, and Sophitia. Well, actually, that's not true. I've seen people play Sophitia. I've seen some people play Zhonghua, but it's mainly Keelik, Maxi, Sophitia, but Maxi's not really an easy character to learn. He's pretty difficult. But as you can see, Sophitia has a pretty... it's not Sophitia, goddammit. Zhonghua has a pretty good kit. I mean, let's put him on hard. I was able to recover from that. Like, And just the fact that I have so much, like her timing too. Like it's not as quick as other characters, so I feel like it's a lot easier to evade critical edges than with other characters, you know. Her timing's just a little bit off. Just a tad. So it's like, it's really weird when you're fighting her, because when you're on the receiving end of Xianghua, you're thinking every other fighter, and when she's a little off, it throws you off. Not to mention her mix-ups, right? It just, it always throws me off personally, so I hate fighting against Xianghua players. But look at, like, how versatile her kit is. It's like, she always has something for a situation, you know? I'm always thinking he's gonna do a quick move, and he never does. But I still think Xianghua has got a great kit. I still personally think her kit in Soul Calibur 3 is perfect. They should have just ported that. It's almost like this, just none of the auto GIs, but sure, her moves are a lot quicker. There's not a delete. I'm gonna punish that. But I don't know. To me, it just feels like Xianghua is a really easy character to pick up and play. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. If you wanna, I mean, I could probably be better with her, but I never really took her into training. Oh, that was good. I'm just doing the basics. Again, these are all basics. If you know your He's like, just this for basics, you motherfucker. But yeah, Xianghua is another one. So we went over Sophie, we went over Mitsurugi, Xianghua. Keelik is another character. I feel he is very noob friendly. What else did I say? And Grow. So we'll do Keelik next. I still think probably Keelik is very noob friendly. He's got a lot of auto breaks. I don't think he's got auto GIs. It's been a while. Let me actually like play him. We'll just do normal. Now you know the basics, you know. Oh yeah, look at that. I didn't do that. That was not an input I did. So YB or triangle circle, square square square, triangle triangle triangle. These are all really super basic combos. Just forward, BB. He has all these kicks. He's got a lot of really good combos for just basic inputs. Oh. I don't know how he hit me there, but that's fine. Oh, and that's a low hit, which is really good. Yeah, I think Keelik's very good for a noob. You know, he's got a lot of, well, what makes Keelik a noob friendly, and I'll even say this, he's got range and he's got good combos, right? Look at that. He can hit at a distance more than what most other characters can do. He can also auto counter reversal edges. Yeah, he's got a pretty decent kit, and I see why pros play him. You know, he's got a lot of easy ramp and lots of good counters. So if you get good with Keelik, you could do a lot with him. I mean, look at what I'm doing. Just down YB. Boom! Yeah, Keelik is a damn force to be reckoned with. If you get good with him, I've seen a lot of pros play Keelik. A lot of professionals that go into tournaments play Keelik. And I see why. I mean, look at his K. He's got a way to stop reversal edge at the tip of his hand. He's got mobility. He's pretty quick. He's also got range. He's got up close options. Like he's pretty much the jack of all trades. But what I think where he lacks, I mean, look at all the options you've got with this boy. Like, it is nuts what you can do with Keelik. You know. Wah-bah! I'm gonna just do it again, see what happens. Suck it! Like, that right there is a reversal edge killer. But yeah, that's Keelik in a nutshell. He's got a little bit of everything. Just that is a good range move. So you do have range options in your corner. And a lot of Keelik's kicks are actually considered kind of a range option. I mean, look at this kick I just did. I'm gonna have Grow stop because he's gonna. So that's also could be considered one, right? Because you go in, but I'm talking about the one where he did the cartwheel. That one. But look at all the kicks you've got. I mean, you've got a lot of options. So I think just from here to there is good in the kick department, because most kicks are gonna be like to there, actually to like right there in range, right? So here and there, right? He's got a kick that reaches all the way from over there. Like, that's pretty freaking good. I'm just saying. Like, that, I mean, if you think about it, Grow kicks, he can't hit me, but I can hit him. That's actually pretty good if you really, really look at it. Like, just look at it in that perspective, that's really good range. And that's quick to pull off, too. It's just forward kick. Back forward, that's it. Back forward B, back forward B. That's it. And then forward. Like, that is so easy, you know? I get why people play him. I don't hate people on playing Keelan. Because a lot of answers, but he's kind of predictable. You know, he's got high. Like, in his kit, majority of his moves hit high or mid. As you can see, high, mid. I think even his kicks hit mid. Yeah. So, and the thing is, you can block highs and mids just with a neutral guard. So, that's where you're going to struggle, is if your opponent is blocking and kind of 8-way running you, you're going to have a hard time. Because, again, majority of your moves with Keelik are high mids. Not that that's a bad thing. You can do lows, you can do the low kicks, but, I mean, they had to bounce them somehow. It makes sense. But Keelik is a great noob character, but if you're gonna play Soul Cal, practice the basics. Every character has them. Every character uses them. If you get good with guard impacts, if you get good with dodging, if you get good with kicks, when to use your kicks, when to use your horizontal, when to use your verticals, that's really good. And also, you don't believe me? Go into combat lessons. If you don't want to, universal tactics are things you can do with all characters. Guarding, reversal edge counters, reversal edge clashes. I hate the clashes personally. I'm not a big fan of it. It's just rock, paper, scissors. It's just a glorified rock, paper, scissors. Cue the rock, paper, scissors gif. Like, I'm just gonna pull it up on my Discord just to show you guys. me and Soul Cal doing a reversal edge clashes. Let me just do a rock, paper, scissors. Scissors. Oh my god, that's so funny. That's seriously. Let's settle this like adults. Exactly. Check it. Rock, paper, scissors. Paper, scissors. Bro, that's seriously what it feels like. Oh, whoops. You know what I meant. I sent my buddy Moonlit Yokai. Here, I'm gonna put it on screen. When you're doing reversal edges with your friends, that's literally what it is. Reversal clash. Oh, dude, that is so true. Oh my god, that's hilarious. That's what it feels like, though. And it just, to me, it takes away from the fight. It's like, look at this. All right. Here we go. I'm not kidding you. Look at this. So, we're just going to have Grow fight normal. Right? Easy. Oh, rock, paper, scissors, guys! It just takes away from the fight. You know what I mean? Look at this. Oh, okay, I'm just going to do it again. It's not fun. Like, it's not fun. Who wants to play rock, paper, scissors when they're in the middle of a fight for their life?
I accept your challenge, but first, rock, paper, or scissors, bro.
Like, come on. And I get it, okay? I just think with the limited budget, you can at least come up with a little bit of a better, just a little bit better of of a system, right? I personally would have just preferred, and I'm gonna have grow guard so you can get my point here. So guard, ground. Oh shoot, guard, 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 guard. There should be guard. Am I just dumb? Stand, guard all. There we go. I would have just preferred this, right? That's just a neutral reset, and it punishes both people. See, look. 1, 2, 3. Like, that would have been better. And it punishes us both. It's not like we can both abuse it, you know? And now if he hits me, I'm gonna get guard broken. That makes sense. It should have just been that, but it should have been a universal system, right? So if you're gonna do that, and this is, I've said this before a bajillion times, but I'll say it again. I think if you're gonna make reversal edge that, like, I understand why they did it just vertical and not horizontal, because that could abuse the system. But think of it like this: they make it so it's universal, right? It blocks everything within this radius, so you can still step out of it. If you're this far away, you're out of it, right? Or right? They need to lower their range if they're going to do that in the new game, because that's too much. I think it should be right here. You're now too far away. If it's going to be universal, right? You're too far away, it won't hit. But if you're here, it will hit, and then it just does this when you let go. It's a neutral reset. It's this. It's a neutral reset. But it needs to be a neutral reset back to where you can't hit them. Because then you can start gutting. It gives you some breathing room without the player feeling like they got to go play a mini game. Like, I didn't realize I was signing up for Mario Party when I played this game. You know, okay, mini game time. Whee! You know, like, I get it. It's not coming from a place of hate. It's coming from a place of love. So to me, that would be like minimum what I'd want to see for the new reversal edge system. Is, okay, I get it. There are people that are so aggressive that they're always in your face, like they're wanting to freaking make love to you. Like, this is like an aggressive player consistently, and you're like, God, give me some freaking room, my man. Right? Like there's that aggressive player that just constantly is in your face, doing all sorts of moves, not letting you get a single freaking hit in, right? And it's annoying. I get it. That's when you do the quick reversal edge, where it's as quick as a GI, but you just press the button. And the reason why it would be bounced is this: it's taking your guard 2, 3. After you're red, it takes your soul gauge. If you can't use your guard or soul gauge, you can't use it at all. That's how they should bounce this. And it should be, if you hold it a full, what is that, 3 seconds? 1, 2, okay, 2 seconds. There goes 1 soul gauge. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. There goes 2 soul gauge. Okay, you just used all your soul gauge to use that move. And then if it hits, you get your soul gauge back. 1, 2, 3, boom, you get a soul gauge. 1, 2, 3, boom, you get a soul gauge. Because then it would be this consistent back and forth, right? Oops, that was an accident. But you know what I mean? Like, this is where I feel like Soul Calibur would really shine if they did it like that, where it's just back and forth. But you're giving and you're taking. Okay, I want breathing room. I'm gonna sacrifice my gauge. I think you should sacrifice gauge first, then do your guard gauge. So, okay, there goes 1 gauge. I'm gonna spend a gauge to give myself some breathing room. Oh, my opponent's got a gauge. They can spend a gauge now. It's just this consistent back and forth. You know? That's how it should be. And that's what makes Soul Cal really fun. It feels good, you know? You're like, oh, yeah! And that's what I want to see consistently. I don't want this little mini game slot. But it's still fun, you know? I'm not gonna be like, oh, this game sucks because it doesn't have what I want. It's a crap game. 0 out of 10, guys. Don't play. It doesn't have a battle pass in it. It doesn't have a battle royale mode. It's like, no, that's not what this game's supposed to be. It's a fighter. Like, it doesn't need a battle pass, you know? What is this game trying to accomplish? It's trying to accomplish an 8-way run, weapons-based fighting game. I think it does it very damn well. It's always done it very damn well. The fact that this game sold 2.5 million copies physical is impressive. The game has never... Well, okay. That's the best that it's done through its life cycle. So the fact that Soul Cal 6 sold that much on a revival, on a limited budget, is so freaking impressive. Like, holy crap. I don't think people understand how impressive that is. Soul Cal 5 was a huge flop. And for those of you who may have been too young because you weren't born or, like, you weren't old enough to really understand, Soul Calibur 5 went away from the whole, the move, like, just this simple combo system. You couldn't do a combo like that in Soul Cal 5. Now, mind you, I don't hate Soul Cal 5. I own it and I play it. And if I can find my capture card, I will stream the game for you guys. And I'll show you kind of the differences of Soul Cal. Because personally, I love the character design in 5. I love the costume design. I love the level design. I think the music is really well done. I hated the campaign. They rushed the hell out of it. That was one of their big problems, is it was in development hell for so long, and investors were wanting them to push it, and so they pushed a game that wasn't finished. They got rid of the fan favorites, which no one asked for. No one asked to get rid of Keelik. So to give you an idea, they got rid of Keelik. They got rid of Xianghua. They got rid of Sophitia. They got rid of Cassandra, which I believe she's in here somewhere. Somewhere. I don't know where she's. Oh, there she is. They got rid of Cassandra. These are all favorites. These are all fan favorites that people loved. They didn't get rid of Mitsurugi. Talon wasn't even in the game. That was a big upset that a lot of people were like, what you doing with Talon? Why the hell is my girl not in this game? Well, the reason why, and yeah, sorry, I farted, excuse me. Reason why is they didn't have time to put her in the game. She's been in the game since 2, I think? Maybe 1? I don't know 100%, but I'm pretty sure it was 2. She's been in the game since freaking 2. She was in 2, she was in 3, she was in 4. So everyone was pretty much expecting her to be in 5. You know, they were like, oh god, she's going to be in 5. Nope, she wasn't in 5. Which sucked. Gotta get my nose dropped. What happens when you break your nose and you can't afford surgery. But, so she wasn't in 5. They got rid of, no, Raph was in 5. He was in 5. Gro wasn't even a thing. He's like the newest character. I think they got rid of Zos, didn't they? They got rid of Zos in 5? I don't remember. I'm pretty sure they got rid of Zos. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they don't have him in 5. So they got rid of Zos. Yosh was in it, Nightmare was in it, Ivy was in it, Siegfried was in it, Valdo was in it, Mitsurugi was in it. I think they got rid of Sungmina. I don't think Sungmina was in it. They got rid of Taki. Maxi was in it. But they got rid of a lot of the fan favorites, and I think that's another reason why Soul Cal 5 didn't do too well. Is like, we grew up with these characters, and a lot of people grew up. I'd say even argue Gen Z might have grown up with the characters that had millennial brothers and sisters, right? So, we grew up with these characters, we played them, we fell in love with them, and all this. Oh yeah, and they got rid of Setsuka, which she was in 3 and 4. She was originally in 3, so she was like the new character in 3. And honestly, again, since she was so new, her kit wasn't really fleshed out in 3. And then in 4, they did a little better, but I think Setsuka in this game is great. I love her kit in 6. I think her kit is so damn good. They based her off of, like, hardcore counters and movement. Like, she gets a lot of really cool options when she counters. So she has a special stance where she can quick guard, quick do that. So she can quick parry, and she gets, like, her little snowflake moon thing filled up. It's such a cool idea, and I really love that. But Setsuka's all about speed. She's like, watch out! And I know some of her combos. I've actually taken her into rank, so. But Setsuka is a hell of an advanced character. I would not recommend playing her unless you know the game really well. She's very hard to master, but God, is she fun and is she worth it if you do? Yes. Yes, sir. She is so much fun. I personally love her. I think they did so damn good on her kit. But she also has options for, like, 8-way running. And her 8-way runs are a little sloppier and slower than others, but it's because she has so much ways to mess with people, and she's so quick. Look at that. Watch it! Oh, it feels so good when you get those grabs in. Oh, yes. I don't know. So, not Spica. Setsuka's just my bread and butter, man. I love her. I think they did so damn good with Setsuka. Like, she feels so good. And in my opinion, I feel like Setsuka's really good up close because she's got a lot of ways to kind of counter. It's just really hard to get in that guard impact because it's so quick. But I'm pretty sure her guard impacts will do basic that, right? I could be wrong. Yeah. So, does basic, I don't know if it does vertical. We'll find out. Yeah, it does horizontal and vertical. If you time it right, and then if you do it 3 times, she gets that. It's so sick, because if you can time it right, you can punish so hard. Like she just thrives off of counterplay. Like, she's just so much fun. I personally love her. And then she gets some cool-ass combos here. Oh, shit. I fucked up. Oh, I fucked up. But, I love Setsuka. She's one of my mains. I think she's kick-ass. But, yeah, I mean, that's what I would recommend doing. Go in and practice your GIs, practice your dodges. Seriously, you gotta learn this. It is so important and imperative to the game. Get that muscle memory in, because even I mess up sometimes. See? I mess up too. But you gotta find a character that works for you. If you like counters, you like doing that, play Setsuka. Like, you know. But I would recommend starting with the noob-friendly characters first. And let's say, for example, you're kind of more of a zoner. If you want to play zoner, you should graduate to Oswell. Oswell is an amazing zoner, and he's got a little bit of everything, because what his kit is about is projecting weapons, and every time you project a weapon, you get gradually faster. So I press that, right? So B is your daggers, so I usually like to do neutral B with BY or circle triangle. That's a vertical move that gets you in there, so you can do some basic moves. That one's a B, XXY, B, XXY, or circle, square, square, triangle. Whoops, circle, square, square, triangle. Ah! Circle, square, square, triangle. There we go. Yeah. So that's a good move because it counters 8-way run and it's a vertical. Also, if you move back, you get your spear stances, spear and shield, just moving backwards. So knowing what stances can do what is going to be really beneficial to you with Oswell. That's why I say knowing, probably graduating from Keelik to this, because Keelik has different moves at different ranges, not as much as Oswell. Oswell is, in my opinion, one of the hardest characters to play in the game because you have to know the range for your spear and your shield. You also need to know the range for your daggers. You also need to know when you can pull them out, right? You also need to know your axe. So that's why Oswell is really hard, because you constantly are having to juggle all these forms, knowing all these different combos, what you can and you cannot do. So if you don't know it, you're going to have a really hard time with this character. But if you learn it, he's a really rewarding character. I would classify him as a zoner, because you can warp backwards and forwards just by doing, you have to be moving backwards, but you can warp, and then backwards B, and then forwards B. But it's kind of like a situation based for the warp. But as you see, if I move forward, I have my axe. So see how I'm holding my button forward? I get my axe. So your axe is more of your aggressive. But that's a really, that's a really risk move, because you can easily be countered. They could also do that. So triangle, square, or YX. That's a good move. So it's just knowing when to do specific moves in specific situations. So Oswell is like a zoner slash, how do I put it? Tactical fighter. Oh, he's doing this. I'm gonna counter this. That's all Oswell is about, and that's his whole persona too. Is he sees fighting as a science. It's not an art. He goes, oh, you're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. You're gonna try and kick. I'm just gonna go teleport out of your zone, and I'm gonna throw a freaking shield at you. Oh, you want to just sit there and do that? I'm just gonna hit you and go in. So if you can learn your counters and your zones and your timings, this is really good to learn. If you guys, I don't know if anyone's watching this, but if you guys want to learn, I have this on PlayStation. I also have this on PC. I do not have it on Xbox, unfortunately. So if you're on Xbox, you're SOL. Sorry. Well, actually, I think you can crossplay with PC on Xbox. So, you know, Bloodmender is my tag. Add me. Shoot a message saying, yo, I saw your stream. Don't say you shoot me. I saw your stream. I want to learn Soul Calibur. I'm more than happy to go over some basic lessons with you guys. You know, if you want to learn to get better and you want someone to teach you, I'm more than happy to teach you. But I'm not going to sit here and give you false promises like, oh, I'm going to make you a pro in this game. You're going to be so freaking good. No, I think at the end of the day, you're going to know what you can and can't do. And it really depends on what fighter you really want to learn, right? Like, if you're a zoner, Oswell, Keelik's a good one to kind of learn your zone. So is Nightmare. I'd argue Nightmare has some zoning as well. And I know a lot of people like Nightmare because he's aggressive. So one of the things that Nightmare has, Nightmare is a weird fighter because you'd think that he would be vulnerable at a distance. He's actually really good at range. So where Nightmare struggles is when you're up close, and I'll just have Bro do some basic attacks to show you my point. Right? So I've got the reach advantage, but if I'm in, it doesn't matter what I do, right? I'm screwed. Even if I try and do my, this is the one thing my buddy doesn't understand. He's like, oh, you can just auto counter. I can't counter if you're beating me. You know, because your auto counter as Nightmare up close, you can't do anything. So Nightmare, you want to keep people away from me. See how I have options while Gro's away from me? I have a ton of range. So you want to keep people away from me. Right, there's your counter. You want to go in for the aggressive. You want to be really aggressive. Hit him. Go hard. But you got to be timefully aggressive. You can't just go in there and go ape shit and expect to win. You know? So, I'll show you kind of Nightmare's range. I'm going to show you. I'm going to have Gro be really aggressive. Easy move to pull off. Get that. Oh, he dodged. See how I'm being timefully aggressive? I'm making sure I'm still within my range. I don't want him close. I want him away from me. If he's going to be close to me, I'm going to make sure I can punish him. Right? Okay, let's up the ante. Let's see if we can do very hard. Juggle. Oh, he got me. That's okay. We're going to wait. Okay, we got him. And punish. If you hold your critical, which is R2, charge, it's an automatic GI. If your opponent's going to get aggressive, punish them with that. Don't... It's not guaranteed going to work every time, but just the fact that you can, if your opponent's in the middle of a combo, you can punish with that. So I think that's a huge advantage for Nightmare because you kind of always have an ace up your sleeve as long as you got Soul Gauge, right? Oh, he's going. See, he went for it again. Watch out! You can't guard that. So using your critical edge when you know they're trying to do a combo on you is a hardcore counter with Nightmare. And this is very hard. He's supposed to be aggressive. Also, use psychological advantage on your opponent, right? Nightmare has a lot of really quick grabs and punches. Use those punches up close. Keep your opponent at bay. That's fine. That's fine. See how he's countering me? That's fine. I'm gonna grab him and throw his ass. But as you can see, you want to keep people away from him. That's how Nightmare shines. He's kind of a zoner in my book. You know. Oh, he ducked. That was a good counter. You know, don't. Oh, he got grabbed. But as you can see, I'm not invulnerable. I'm not perfect. But that's kind of like a good tutorial of Nightmare. Keep them away. Do not let them near you. You don't want them close to you. You want them... There are ways, I mean, again, I'm teaching you basics here. I gotta remind my audience because I think a lot of them go, oh, you're a pro, you're not doing pro thing. Well, you know, you gotta learn the basics if you want to be professional. You know, no boxer just woke up one day and was good. They had to train and work hard. You know, or... You know, I'm using my tools to my advantage. Right? Why am I beating the crap out of Grow, you know? Oh, okay, he grabbed me. No big deal. You know, but that's personally what I would tell you. Weakness, he doesn't have a huge... He could have totally guarded that and gotten out of that, but I'm really shocked the bot didn't do that. And now I've got a charge. So what you can do with Nightmare's charges, he does have some free moves that he can do. So you saw one of them, and I'll show you how to do that. If I could... Normal, thank you. Stop. So one move is just moving forward, Y forward triangle. Just keep tapping it. As long as you're red, you get that meter. You get that extra damage. If I do it without the red, he just does that. You have to have the red. So, I'm trying to remember, there's a way you can easily do it. So, one way to easily get your charge is to do back BB or back square, not square, back circle circle. So, you hold the back button, you're moving away, you get that. That's your immediate charge. So, we're just going to keep doing that to get our charge. There are other ways. If you do down triangle square or down YX, you get this. It has to hit in order for that, and that is a free set of damage, and you still keep your stance. The other one I like to do is his break attack. His break attack is a really good aggressive option, which is either triangle square or YX, which is that. Boom, 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 boom. Even if you miss with the first one, who cares? You're still doing damage. But you only get it if you have that red. However, remember to not abuse this, because that can be easily countered with an 8-way run, and you are very open and susceptible. So just remember to not let... That's also a good move, because while you're far away, you should consistently be able to do this, because that's considered... I don't know if that's low or medium. Let's see, what does it say? It's a middle. Okay, so it's a middle hit, so it could be guarded. But if you're quick and you're smart and you use your tactics... Okay, let me rephrase that. If you're quick and you utilize your tactics, you can definitely get somebody in that move. I've done it before. It's not easy, but you can do it. So the one thing I would say is use your punches when they're too close. Keep them away. Even if you miss with the fist, if you hit with the grab, you still get the charge. You want your charges. You know, that's kind of what you want with Nightmares. You want those charges, you want to keep your opponent away, and if you can time that, you can get that hit in. But, you know, I wouldn't worry too much about getting the hit in. The fact that you're getting that charge hit, you know, and if you want to do it, practice, you know. I'm gonna do it till I hit. Hit him in the air. Now. Oh, I missed. So you probably have to do it right when you hit. Oh, my bad. I almost forgot to grab my charge. So we're grabbing my charge. We're hitting. Yeah, I don't think you can hit just the way the animation is. So whatever. At least you get that. And it's an easy way to get some damage in. There's also... What else is there? What else is there? I would be really careful with that move, because it's a fake, but you can get hit out of it. But that's another move. So, flap, boom. So how you do that is forward, square, circle, circle. Forward, right? So you're holding forward, you're moving forward, square, circle, circle. Hold forward. You will get that movement. Mix up your grabs. Consistently stay in red with Nightmare. If you are consistently in red, you're going to be able to do this consistently, keeping your opponent away. So that move. And oops, that was square, circle, circle. Those are great moves. Nightmare is a zoner, but also he can be an aggressor. So if you want to play aggressive, you can. You just have to be wary. You are less effective at up close. You cannot do this. You cannot do this. All of these moves are very limited because of your swing delay. So it's your swing. So every character has quicker swing time up close than Nightmare. That's his nerf. So I'll show you what I mean. What I mean by that is we're just gonna have Gro do regular verticals. Oh wait, whoopsie, I did it wrong, wrong. Okay, now it'll do it, right? It doesn't matter what I do. See how he tries to hit? He can't even wind up for a hit. Like I'm pressing it and it's not connecting. That's your weakness. Now you can get in there if you time your aggression right. Right? So I just timed that. I got that back. Right? So if you time your aggression right, you can get in there and do damage. You just gotta time it right. So you can't be too reckless with Nightmare, but you can be aggressive. You just have to be timely aggressive. Well, he's hitting me, but to prove my point even further, I still can't hit him. It doesn't matter. My swings are so effing slow. So you wanna get us to hit him, you move back, or use that move. Boom, boom, boom. Get in there. Pow, pow. Be aggressive, right? GI him. Oh, I messed that up. Oh, would you stop doing that move? That's what I'm trying to do. See? Time that. Down AB. Boom. Boom. Lay on the pain. Wait. Smack. Boom. That's what you gotta do with a Nightmare. You need to be timely aggressive if you want to be successful with him. And that's the thing I've seen a lot of Nightmare players do. They just go, look at my combo! And then they leave themselves super open, super susceptible, and punch. They go, this game sucks! I can't do 80 million combos and be godlike. I can't be like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Yeah, this isn't Mortal Kombat, brother. I think a lot of people think this is like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter where you do 8 bajillion different combos and, you know, you're just this crazy cool, and yes, you can do that, but not without risk. Okay, it's not just free damage like Mortal Kombat where you just get to, this isn't that type of fighter. This is a fighter where your opponent, if they see an opening, they're gonna exploit it. This is like boxing almost. Like it's like a fight. It's like Tekken, you know? It's not like Mortal Kombat, but with weapons. Happened. My controller freaked out. Let me unplug it, plug it back in. Come on, baby, work. There we go. That was weird. You kind of have to think in terms of this has kind of Tekken DNA in it because it's made from the same developer. So if you come from Tekken in the mindset of, okay, there's going to be openings, there's going to be ways I can counter, there's going to be ways I can get in there to get the damage, you're going to be fine. But if you're thinking this is like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Fatal Fury, Grand Blue, it's not like those games, you know. And it's not, and I'm not shaming you for liking those games. I'm just saying, look, this isn't what this game's trying to be. You know what I mean? You know, I don't go into Call of Duty expecting to have a Battlefield experience, and I don't go into Battlefield expecting to have a Call of Duty experience. You know, that's like going to Olive Garden and expecting a buffet. Well, it's not a buffet, brother. It's an Italian restaurant. Or it's like going to an Italian restaurant expecting barbecue. Oh, whoops. I set the health to Alright, my bad. That was my bad. Infinite. I want infinite, baby. Yeah, that's what I meant. My bad. Whoopsie. But that's why I say Nightmare is a zoner slash like timed aggressive fighter, because this is your effective range. Keeping people away from you is your effective range. You're always going to be able to do something at a distance. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that. Oh. So that's a good move. That's a little slow. It would be... But, you know, the one good combo that I saw that you could easily do... Boom. Oh, wait. No, it's horizontal. Ugh. That's what it was. What the hell? Maybe it was that. I can't remember. God, how did I do that? I need to go back to my thing. Oh, yeah. I remember. It was square, square, circle, circle, right. Yeah, it was that. So just going back, circle, circle. Yeah, that's what it was. Forward, forward square, kick, kick. But you have to be running, so you need to be in running animation. Kick, kick. So that's like a really good aggressive. You see, I would use this if I saw an opening. Like, oh, opening, fuck you. Boom. Bam. And then I would go, wha-boom. And then I would use that move. Yeah, so I would personally use that if I saw an opening. Oh, I see an opening. Boom. Bam. Oh, I messed it up. Huh. You only get to use that? It's still a good aggressive move, regardless. You know, take your character into training. I'm telling you, you're gonna learn a lot. I've already learned a lot just from playing Nightmare. So I think you have to have the red in, right? Yeah, okay, so you have to have that meter. That kind of sucks considering that you only get that with the meter. You get that with the meter. Actually, wait. Okay, so you can kind of get away with it. So running, square, back. Oh, okay. We're learning together, guys. Check this shit out. Let's see. Not what I meant to do. My bad. Okay, so back. Oh fuck. I think it's back. Let me see. Forward, back. Oh, so you do have to have it. That sucks. That would have been such a cool way to get your meter back. Like, seriously, that would have been so cool. But I mean, again, that just kind of proves my point. Incentivize keeping your red and only using it if you know you can get it back real quick. So to me, I feel like Nightmare's in the middle. He's an intermediate, because you got to know when to find those openings to be aggressive, but you also have to stay defensive as well. But if you prefer just being purely defensive, then Siegfried's more your guy. Because Siegfried's very similar to Nightmare, but he's nowhere near the aggression. He's very defensive. He doesn't have the, you know... So you go back, you go into that move. And I think what's cool about Siegfried is, this is probably his big strength. He has mix-ups, but it's usually medium, medium, low, medium, medium, high, or high, high, low. So high, 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 right? High, 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 low. Or just You know, he's kind of predictable once you figure out his patterns and all that stuff. Right? But he's still fun. And what's crazy about Siegfried is his kit, this kit in 6 is the exact same as the Siegfried in 5. They changed nothing about him. Literally the same moveset. Maybe the timings are a little bit different because of how the coat, but it's legit identical. Not even kidding you. Siegfried is a great, I think Siegfried could be a good beginner, but again, you have to play kind of keep away with Siegfried because you have a lot of these moves. As you can see, the moment your opponent gets in, I'll show you the same thing just to prove my point. The moment your opponent gets in with any type of move, if I could do it right, that would be great. See, you suffer the same issue that Nightmare has, up close-alitis. But you can always counterbalance that with learning your GIs, which is again basics, right? But you know, it really just depends on who you want to learn. I'm just kind of giving you a basic example of what are good tactics to use against specific characters. To me, Siegfried is a very distance-based zone defensive type. So you're going to do better if you're defending a lot and looking for those openings and being aggressive when you know you can get away with it, versus Nightmare is an offensive defensive type. He gets his openings by being aggressive and then by being defensive when he needs to be. That's just me, though. I think that's a very fair and accurate representation of Siegfried and Nightmare. They're very much polar opposites because in the story, Nightmare is Siegfried and Siegfried is Nightmare, right? They're the same person. Just Soul Edge split them into two. So Siegfried's like all of his bad and evil is basically Nightmare. And then all of his non-bad is Siegfried, right? So, but you know, we're not here to talk about the story. So those are just some of the basics, the characters that I'm gonna say. Tomorrow, if this is, I'm gonna see the analytics. I'll see if people watch this. Nightmare, gosh, I'm getting my words twisted up. Talon, I feel like, is intermediate. There's a lot more characters that are more intermediate than beginner. So, for me personally, just going off my personal opinion, I feel Maxie is intermediate, Taki is intermediate, Sangmina is intermediate, Ivy's not intermediate, she's pretty hard. Yosh is hard. Nightmare is definitely intermediate. Ashtroth is intermediate. Cervantes is borderline, in my opinion, intermediate advanced. Raph is very intermediate. He's very much middle. Grow is a beginner-friendly character. I didn't play Grow, did I? Let's do Grow. Grow versus Grow. So Grow is, and we'll just have him go up against Inferno, because why not? Grow is very much the character. He has this split stance when he parts his sword, right? Which is just BK or triangle square. No, not triangle square. That's triangle square. Triangle circle, my apologies. Triangle circle is your separate. And when you do that, if you get 3 different options. Here's your kick. Here's your triangle or your Y. And here's your circle. I mean square. Gosh. Freak my brain, bro. I can't think. Square. Sorry, let me do that again. This is triangle. And this is circle. Or, for you Xbox user, if you're using Xbox control, YB, B. YB, Y. YB, X. Right? And, I would really only utilize this stance if you know you can get away with that half a second delay. And basically it's 1 whole second to do that. So 1/1000. About a second and a half, second quarter, right? Well, that 1/1000. Yeah, I couldn't even hit the 2. 1/1000. Yeah, and that's as fast as it can go. So it's like a little over a second, but in that game that's pretty long. I would go more for the kicks. They're pretty quick. Right, they're not close. You wanna use that stance when you know you can get away with it. So you're in the middle of a combo, boom, that's when you do it. Right? There is a, I think it's up YB or up. Yeah, that move. Up YB, up triangle circle. That's a good move to do. So generally what a lot of Grow players do is a lot of people at the beginning will try and, like, you know, move around. I usually like to horizontal to stop that, and then I go into my combos. Boom. So Grow has a lot of auto combos. So to do that combo I just did, it's just, I think it's just square, square. Okay. So it's just, I do square, and then you break into a combo, forward, triangle, square, or YX. So it should be same. I haven't changed anything. Boom. So that's all dependent on if you hit. I wouldn't wildly just cast that out because, again, someone's going to easily counter that. That's a good combo, is smacking them with the kick. Boom, up, boom. That's a good easy combo if you can land that. So it's just little things like that that really make Grow shine. So Inferno's probably the most craziest bot I would train against because he's literally made to be bullshit. And how you unlock him is, I believe you have to beat hard arcade mode on very hard, if I'm not mistaken. And then you get Inferno. Oh. But he's not playable except in training and in couch playing, right? You can't play him online. They specifically nerfed, like, made him, he's literally a bullshit code. He's made to be broken. So if you can beat Inferno on Legendary, which I'll show you Legendary, I'm gonna die. I am trash with Grow. Ah, Mom! Oh my god, Mom! Mommy, I'm sorry. I'll get you good grades in school, I promise. Oh, what? What's happening? Ah, fuck. Oh, you on Legendary? Oh, crap. Oh my god. Help! Ah! No, I'm sorry. Ah! Oh my god, yeah. It's a good thing this is just training. I'm sorry, stop! Ah! Oh my god, I didn't pay my Netflix subscription. Alright. Where's my money? Where's my money? Oh, rude. Oh my gosh, bro, he's crazy. Ah! Yeah, see, as I can see, I'm not very good with Grow. Oh, time for that paper scissors. Sucked. Oh my god. Help! This is my mission, Mom. Let me grab this sucker. I punished him. No. I don't even know what that was gonna be. Toe poke. Ah! Oh. Oh. Jesus. Oh. Mom. Help. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Jesus. Oh, I thought I had it. But, yeah, that's basically the basics for Grow, and you can see I suck. So, Grow is kind of like the one character you want to, like, kind of get in there and get a feel for your opponent. I would only really use those combos when you know you've got openings, right? Give yourself some openings with some grabs. Don't do that. Make sure you're always facing your opponent with Grow. They did make Grow a little more technical. He used to be a lot easier, but I think either people complained or Bondo was like, yeah, he's a little too easy. Let's see, I'm trying to remember how he does his teleport. I don't remember it. It used to be so easy to do his teleport. But Grow has a good soul charge. He does a lot of combos. You're just gonna have to take him into training and do that. But I pretty much showed you the basics, you know? If they're doing verticals, dodge. If they're doing horizontals, block or GI. If they're gonna throw, you can back out. You can get out of throws, which is really nice. A lot of games, it's just there's only one way to get out of a throw, and that's to throw back. Like in this game, it's just hit those buttons, move back, and you can get out of a throw. So you're more likely to get out of throws, which is really nice. And you want to do your combos when you see those openings. So when you see someone mess up, you go ham, you punish them. That's what your combos are for, you know. And then if you're struggling, use your soul charges. You know when to go in there. But I think personally, if they're gonna make a 7th, I think they need to make the combat a little quicker, and I think that could be achieved with my idea. Right, and like if you're up close and you have this all the time, but instead of it being just a vertical attack where it's just this way, it's just an area of effect, but now it's really close. Because I can still hit, you know, you can still hit that. That's perfect. That's perfect range, just right here, right? Like right here. It needs to be less range and it needs to cost meter. And it needs to be available instantaneously within specific parameters, right? It can't just be available. Actually, it could be. You're not going to be able to use it, right? So it's like, it's very, like, hear me out here, right? Hear me out here. If you abuse that, right? You lose your soul gauge, right? You hold it for the full 2.5 whatever seconds. You lose 1 soul gauge. After that, every time you're holding it, it goes from normal to yellow, right? And then you do it again to red. And after that, you can't do it anymore. So it would actually encourage new players to get some breathing room, but also learn the game. And I honestly think the training mode is really good. Because there are times where I've had to hop into training and I've been like, oh man, what the hell was that move that just killed me? Well, guess what? You can select the move and it does it for you. So actually, it should show it. Well, let's see what happens. Okay, so that's Gorefest. It should show it in a preview. Let's just, actually, it's in the move sets. That's right. Move list. It's in move list. So if there's a specific move you're wanting to know, I believe you can have, opponents, here it is. You can have it, really? It doesn't show? Useful for closing? It should show you. It used to show you. Does it not show you anymore? Well, that's retarded. I could have swore it used to show you. Oh, it only does it with... Well, I mean, that's not a big deal. Okay, you just go to Inferno. Well, I mean, you wouldn't go to Inferno, right? You can't learn Inferno, because he's only available on PvP on couch. So let's say, for example, the next closest thing is Nightmare. So we'll just throw Nightmare, and I'll play Sophia. Not. Ow, rude. Let's just say there's some crazy move Nightmare did. I think at this point you can look at it. No? That's so fucking dumb. That is really dumb. Okay, well then you have to play the card. I think you should be able to see the preview on both characters. That's really fucking stupid. But you know, this game's not supported anymore, so I'm not surprised. So let's say you wanna see that. You go. Let's say it's like some gauge attack. Okay, well not that. That's too easy. Oh, so you can GI unblockables with resist impact. That's pretty cool. I understand why they have that, because it would be way too easy to GI an unblockable if you just used a regular guard impact. So it shows you what the moves look like, which is really cool, because then you can also go, yo, I want to practice against this move to find what counter it. You can select the move, have the character do it. I'm gonna have, well, those are reversal edge attacks. Let's do dual button attacks. What's this do?
No way.
Okay, whatever. To guard impact versus opponent's vertical. Oh, I see. 8-way run moves. Right? So you can have like a specific character do a specific move. So that's always nice because then you can practice and see what the hell killed you, or what messed you up. Angel Step, that's an insanely good move with Sophitia. I would recommend mastering that. Down mid right, Angel. Ow. This is why Sophitia is actually really brutal because she actually has a lot of agility. But yeah, I mean, I think that's gonna wrap it up. I don't know if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns. I am gonna upload this on YouTube, so if you guys do, I do check YouTube every day. Put a comment, I'll get back to you. And if you guys want to learn this game, I'm happy to show you. I'm happy to train with you. You know, I just want to build a good community that enjoys the game. And, you know, I'm hopeful for Soul Calibur 7. I really love this franchise a lot. And I think this franchise could really compete with the other games. Because I think fighting games are getting a little stale. Like, they do have some really cool, unique mechanics. Like the whole parry system. And I like how they're kind of balancing offense and defense. I think that's really good in fighting games. I would love to see a Soul Calibur take on those mechanics, you know? And, you know, the reason why I thought up of that is I'm seeing things in different fighters, you know? Like, I even love the mechanic of Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. It's a 2D fighter, but you can do a dodge sidestep. It's almost like this game with the 8-way run. It's really cool because if you time it right, you can actually give yourself a positive and give yourself some combos. The only thing I don't like about it is you have to be an X amount of distance from someone to do a combo, and it's an auto combo. The fight kind of feels a little stale when you're not close. It doesn't feel like a consistent back and forth. Some people like it, some people hate it. I think more people like it than hate it. I guess I'm just the minority. But I still think Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising is really fun. There's just some times where it kind of feels, you know, like, oh, I'm not close enough. Got to close that gap. And I don't like feeling like I have to consistently course correct when I'm fighting somebody. You know what? I don't want to think about that. I shouldn't have to think about that when I'm fighting an opponent. It should just be natural, and it should feel natural. There should be moves that move you closer, moves that push your opponent away, combos that let you get in there, combos that push, you know, it's this constant back and forth. It's like a tug of war, but it shouldn't feel like I'm actually playing. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I feel like Street Fighter 6 does that really well, where you've got combos, but you can only use so many combos before your drive gauge goes out, right? And then you have to kind of relax and chill out. And then you have a parry system which allows you to kind of get the drop on your opponents. If you perfect parry, you get this really cool animation and you can move in there and do a combo. So I think Street Fighter 6 does it really well. I personally just don't care for the art style of Street Fighter 6, but I can look past that for good gameplay. I like good gameplay over pretty graphics, you know. It runs stable enough. The characters are, whatever. I still play it, you know. I'll still play it with people. I'm not good at it, but I still play it to have fun. Same thing with Grand Blue. I like Grand Blue because it is a very unique 2D fighter. Sure, it's not, for me, the pacing isn't always, like, on point. Now it's getting a little dry there. The pacing isn't always on point, but for the most part, it feels good to play. And I like how every character feels very unique. They have a really distinctive personality. You've got zoners, you've got rushdown characters, you've got a kind of counter-based characters, you've got offense and defense characters. So you've got a little bit of everything for any type of player in that game. I didn't care for Fighter Z. I know a lot of people like Dragon Ball Fighter Z. To me, it's just too fast. I can't keep up with it. And I think it's just because I'm so used to like fighters that have pacing like Soul Calibur or Street Fighter or Fatal Fury or even Grand Blue. I play those ones because to me they feel very similar in terms of speed. But my buddies don't really play Soul Calibur. I'm like the only one that actually plays this quite a bit. But when I saw how many people were watching Soul Calibur, I was like, oh man, I think the viewers like this. I think they like my ideas. I mean, I think that's what I'm thinking, you know, and that's great. I would love to hear you guys' feedback, and I would love to have more of a discussion. And I'm hopeful in Soul Cal 7 to see Algo make a return. I'm hopeful for them to actually put in Aeon, aka Lizard Man, the Rock, you know, I like Rock. I'm also hopeful I could see them even putting Yun Sung back in Soul Calibur 7. I don't think anyone would be against that. I mean, they have Huang in this game, but it would be really cool to see Huang and Yun Sung be in 7. And with what they've got here, I feel like they could make Yun Sung a really unique fighter. I think he'd be really cool if he kind of had a mix of Zhang Hua, like some of her kit, mixed with his old kit. So where he's like, woo, and he does his like his whole, you know, fancy sword jutsu stuff. Sorry, I'm really thirsty. So I would love to see that. Or you know, maybe a kit that's somewhat similar to that style. I don't know. I can't remember what sword it is. I'm pretty sure it's some type of Indian sword, but I could be wrong. I'm no weapons expert. But I think it would be really cool. I personally think Zhang Hua's kit in 3 was her best kit, and I think they shouldn't have changed that kit. I think Zhang Hua's kit was perfect in 3. I like Talum in 6. I think Talum has a great kit. Amy has a really good kit. I know some people don't like her roses. And I kind of get where they're coming from. I kind of agree, but also I kind of disagree. I agree in the fact that, like, I don't get why you're making someone get roses off, where, like, you have a very similar character that does the same somewhat type of thing, which is Setsuka. Setsuka gets counters based off of what type of move she hits with. So if she does a counter, she gets a counter, like a blip on her little thing. I'll show you what I mean here. Right? And this is where I think they should have just kind of done Amy the same. If she does a specific counter, she gets a white rose. If she did a defensive counter, she got a white rose. If she did an aggressive counter, she gets a red rose. I still would have worked really well for her. But I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to play Setsuka first, just to kind of show you my point here. And then I'm going to put Amy on the field. Because I honestly like Amy and Setsuka. I think they're both really cool. But, for example, see how I get I think that's like a cherry blossom and a snowflake when I just hit? So I'm just getting snowflake, snowflake, snowflake. But let's have Amy actually do a move and I'll counter it. I get the moon if I'm not mistaken. So I think I get a moon for... Oh, God, I always do that. Action 1. Action 1. Right. Oh, okay. I'm going to do action 2 because it's just a lot easier to get my point across without, like, taking up forever. Right? See, that's a counter. So, yeah, and if I do GI with her special stance, I get the moon. So it's like, oh, and see, that was a counter. So I don't even have to do that. That's just a counter. So, see, here we go. That was a counter. But that was considered a regular hit. Right? Regular hit. Regular hit. But you see what I mean? It's like, Setsuka could have easily... So now that I've gotten the counters, I have that. Now all I need is her snowflakes, which I think is just regular hits. Yeah, it's just regular hits where she doesn't counter. You get the first hit. So if you get the first hit, you get the snowflake. So really, realistically, with Setsuka, you actually have to do more work, but it doesn't feel like more work. Because if you want to get Amy's aggressive kit, it's 4 roses. So for her, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the Lily, right? So you have to get 5 counter hits. I think for the moon, it's 5 for every of them, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. So we'll have her continue action 1. 1. I just want to see how much. 2. 3. 4. Okay, so it's 4 hits. 4 counter hits to get moon. And then that doesn't even count, right? That doesn't even count my right? But I'm also not getting my snowflake because I'm technically doing counter hits. But you know what I mean? They could have easily done that with Amy. Like, now I'll switch the characters. I'll be Amy, and I'll have the CPU be Setsuka. This is where I think they could improve with Amy. I think they could still keep the same thing. Because it's like, look, I just got a rose. Why not just make it an auto counter where I just get... Why do I have to throw a rose? You know? Just give me that without the whole rose. Because I think that's just a little redunculous. They could have done the same thing, and it would have been fine, you know? Like, still give her the roses, right? Like, the roses are really neat. And then with Amy's kit, now you've got this move, and I used to main Amy, so I know a lot of her combos. Boom, 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 boom. And that counts as a stun, so if you're, I'm just gonna have Setsuka actually in normal mode. No, not legendary, I'll get my booty clapped.
Good luck.
Oh no! But Amy is actually a really good character. I kind of get where they're coming from, you know what I mean? Like, I get it, you know? It's like, it kind of feels more like a chore, so I get why people are kind of like, not my cup of tea. But for me, it kind of does feel really similar to Setsuka. Like, why does Setsuka, you know, why can't you just give Amy the same thing? Well, it wouldn't feel unique. It's like, I don't think people care, you know, if they're, you know, I think a lot of people would have just appreciated, like, the fact that the roses can be more of, like, a ranged option and not do, I mean, the roses don't even do a lot of damage, like, see, it's like nothing. It's not like these roses are going to be knocking anyone out anytime soon, you know, like, they're meant as, like, openings, so I just think that would have been a way better for Amy's kit. Instead of, oh, well, I hit with this rose and I get a counter. How about just, if you hit with that move, it counts. Right? And I guess you could argue it's the same thing, but, you know, like, I'm just saying don't have rose counters. Just have a thing that signals your counters, just like Setsuka, so you're not having to keep track of your roses. And then when you get your 4 roses, I mean, they have the formula. They've got the formula. Like, it's not like it's not hard to know. They did the same thing. Like, see, check it out. I'm going to throw 4 roses. See, you do, it shows you right there. You do a little white flash. Okay, I have my 4 roses. Let's do my let's do my 4 red roses. Now you're purple, because now you have 4 red, 4 white, and boom. There you go. What would have been cool is if it was pink. That would actually have been really cool, because then it would have signified, like, white and red together makes pink. So that would have been kind of neat. I don't know. That's just a little bright. No big deal. But, you know, I think it just would have been better if there wasn't if it just was the same thing as this. It still does the same. It's the same concept. Why not have it be rose petals? You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and have it count that instead of, you know, and then. And that way, I don't know. To me, it's just like, meh. It's the same thing, I know, but I don't know why they couldn't just do it like Setsuka's. Where you don't have to utilize roses. It's just, you get it, and it's dependent on your move. Like, you don't have the roses. It's just, oh, you did that counter into a slash. You could easily do that with a slash and make that a slash instead of a rose. Boom, slash, counter, defensive. Up in the air, oh, allez, boom, counter, you know? So even getting rid of the roses and just giving Amy the kit would be good. Just the basics. So she gets, so for example, this is what I'm talking about. If she counters, she still gets this. Oh, okay, so if she knocks on in the air, she still gets that. But that's all she gets, right? And you can still back up. She doesn't get her combos, right? She doesn't get this. She doesn't get that. And she also doesn't get this. Ugh, if I could do it. She also doesn't get this move. Or she doesn't get that. Sorry, it's been a while since I played Amy, so give me a moment here. So the moves I'm talking about that Amy wouldn't get, I have to have full roses, right? And to show you, is this. She wouldn't get that, but she could still do that, right? Not that, but she can do that, right? Back, boom. So if you hit with that, you get a counter. It'd just be so much simpler, and it's the same thing as Setsukai. And you could still do it. You just don't have to have it revolve around roses. I do like the idea, but I think a lot of players didn't like that. And I kind of get where they're coming from, because it's like, oh, now I have to give my openings, when it's like... And people could argue it's like Raph's, but it's really not. It is, but it isn't. Like, Raph's style is not like that really at all. Like, Raph's style is all about, you know, riposting and stuff. So Amy still has that, but I can't go into a riposte. You know? I can't do the Raph is so cool when he does that. When you get those they're like taunts. Amy doesn't have taunts. She has counters. She has high, mid, and low, which is fine. I think that's cool. I think if you hit with that, you should get rewarded with a white rose, with a white rose petal. And if you're worried about people doing it too easily, just up the counter to 5. That's what you do with Setsuka. You know? And it would make it a lot more sense. I don't know why they didn't decide to do that. I think that would have made more sense. And it would have still made Amy's kit unique. Like, she doesn't get the stuff immediately that Raph's gets. She's just the defensive, because Amy's story is she's not as strong as Raph. She can't handle a rapier like Raphael can. The sword Alabon was made specifically for Amy. It's a short sword, and it's light, so she can wield it quick. So she's just as quick as Raph with her sword, but she doesn't have as much range. So I think that would really shine with Amy's style as, oh, look, I have these counters, I have this I can do, right? Like, that into... Okay, let me get my roses up, right? If you just had basic this, allez, that would be a really cool one. Oh, that's a counter. And to not get hit by that, you gotta guard, you know? You gotta guard. Or, you gotta dodge. It's still counterable. You know, I mean, look, check this out. It's not like it's impossible. See? I can't hit her. Doesn't matter what I do. She can dodge it. That's a counter. It's not impossible. And to me, that would make a lot more sense. I think just remaking Amy's kit to do that without the roses, but still giving her all the she's nerfed, but not nerfed. Because if you're not going to give her roses, she needs some of her moves back in order to stay viable, right? So if you counter with that, she gets this. And she can still do her whole backflips, but she doesn't get the extra move, so she doesn't get this, right? She also doesn't get let me see. She also doesn't get that move, the defensive move, that one. She just gets bop 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 bump and kit, but you could do a slash instead of a rose. Like, a lot of this could be easily programmed with just a slash instead of a rose. They're really simple tweaks that you could easily program. And I'm pretty sure they have moveset animations from previous games that they could import in Unreal 4. My only concern is if they do Soul Cal 7, they might try and go in Unreal 5, and if that's the case, I know a lot of people who have tried putting stuff in Unreal 4 to 5, and they've had nothing but problems. So I really don't think they should go into Unreal 5. I really think they should maximize This is Unreal Engine 4, you guys. Unreal Engine 4. Okay? Just telling you. This is Unreal 4. This is not Unreal 5. And this looks damn good. Damn good. This looks great to me. And I don't even have this on the highest quality rendering. I don't even think I can run it on the highest quality rendering, to be 100% honest. You know. But I'm pretty sure I might be able to run this in 2K. I'm pretty sure. Oh, this is already in 2K. Okay. So, full screen.